Okay, good evening, everyone. Welcome to another Wednesday night Sequoia Enterprise Solution of training. So, if you are first time on our platform, Sequoia, it's actually a platform that provide business solutions for businesses. Our main core business is actually commercial lending. We fund a lot of projects such as working capital, equipment loans. We do a lot of commercial lending as well. So anything that related to business, uh, again, we are the place to go to for looking for funding. But besides of that, we also provide many other product and services to help our business owner as well, such as to reduce their taxes by doing by doing cost segregations, doing tax appeal. We also provide heavily concentrate on one of the product is the wellness program where we provide free benefit for small businesses, no out of pocket costs. The government is actually the one that pick up the tab. So again, we provide different type of services and to our partners. So what is this platform about? This platform is actually for you. We build this platform for professionals like yourself, real estate agents, loan officers, insurance agents, or whatever other professional that you are in. Because on a day-to-day basis, whatever you do, you run into business owners, you run into clients that are already in business that they need some sort of funding or they need some sort of business service solutions. But however, getting funding out there, it's very, very difficult, especially with the bank today. Especially after COVID, a lot of the bank are actually closing down their underwriting guideline become a lot more tightened than before. So a lot of the clients that used to be able to get funding through a traditional bank no longer able to do so. So a lot of them actually have to look for what we call alternative funding. So that's where we are. Sequoia, it's a alternative funding platform that we work with over 500 different lending sources. Okay. So regardless what the project is, regardless what the loan amount is, what the loan size is, as long as the project makes sense, okay, as long as the project makes sense, most likely we are able to find some sort of solution or some sort of funding program for that particular client. So this is what this platform is all about. We welcome everyone to join our platform to check out what we do. So last week we spoke about the cases that we closed. Many of our agent or client wondering, Sequoia, what are you guys? What can you do? We spent a lot of time for the last 2 years to talk about theories, to talk about different loan products, to talk about guidelines, to talk about the market, so on and so forth. But I think the most important thing is to let everybody know what we can close, what kind of deal that we can close. So last Wednesday, we spent an entire hour, we spent a whole hours to talk about various different type of loans that we close, such as SBA loans, working capitals, apartments, multifamily, so on and so forth. So tonight, we want to do something special. So instead of listening to me that talked about different type of loans, we invite a few agents or a few consultants who is on our platform who actually close these deals. We want everybody to hear directly from them. How did they close this deal? Why did they join Sequoia? And I know that there's a few of us on this call is still watching what Sequoia is all about. I want you to hear directly from these people. Why do they do that? But before I do that, I want to continue to talk about the promotions that we have. Okay, promotion that we have. So by the end of August, we are running a contest as we speak. By the end of August, for anybody that come onto our platform that closed combined together $500,000 loan. It could be one loan $500,000, or it could be two loans $250,000 each, or any combination. So by the end of August, if you closed combined $500,000 loan, you win a bottle of Hennessy Paradis. If you do a Google search, Hennessy Paradis, the market value is somewhere between $1,000 to $1,200 a bottle. Now, that is not the exciting part. You have $1,000, you can buy a bottle anywhere. What the exciting part is that we are able to ask Mr. Morris Hennessy to sign the bottle for you. Now, if you don't know who Mr. Morris Hennessy is, he is the eighth generation Hennessy owner. So he owns Hennessy. Okay. So He is actually endorsed Sequoia, and he will sign a bottle for whoever that wins this contest. Now, to make things more exciting, as we speak right now, currently, we are renovating our Chicago office. We have a 10,000 square feet office in Chicago right now. We are under renovation right now. We expected to have a grand opening probably by the end of August or early September. All right. It really depending on when do we get the permit, so on and so forth. So we actually invited Mr. Morris to come to our grand opening. Now, Mr. Morris is in his 70s or 80s. So if he can travel, we love to have him to travel to us. If he can travel, he would hand deliver the bottle of Hennessy to you in our Chicago grand opening. We love to have you to be there. But if he cannot be there, he promised us that he will send um, some of his managers or directors to come to our grand opening, and you will still get that bottle of Hennessy uh, from the Hennessy Corporation. So this is going to be a very exciting award contest. So I would suggest everybody to hey focus on it. You can do it. We already have a few Hennessy winner. They are actually in the call tonight. We are going to introduce them onto the platform tonight, and they will share with you their experience with us. So again, ladies and gentlemen, make sure that you run for this contest. We have 30 more days to go. Today is the end of July already, so we have exactly 1 month to go. So as long as you submit a deal in October, even though you closed sometimes in September, we promise you you will still win the Hennessy. But unfortunately, we might not be able to hand deliver that Hennessy to you at the grand opening if you the deal is not funded before August 31st. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, so that's what we have on our platform right now. Now, tonight we are going to invite about 6 agents onto our platform. These 6 agents is been with us, some of them with us a long time. Some of them we know each other for a long time. Some of them just newly joined us. Some of them we have not even met yet. This is the first time that we actually met, even though we spoke on the phone many times. But again, just want to share with everybody what kind of professionals are actually on our platform that it's helping their clients through many different type of product and services. So what we like them to do is to come online to talk about just a few things. Okay, just talk about a few things. Talk about who you are, what your background is. Talk about why Sequoia, what attracts you to come join Sequoia. And of course, the deals that you close, not necessarily just one deal. Some of you close multiple deals with us. So share with us or share with the team what your experiences are when you close these deals with us. Is it difficult? Is it easy? Do you need to know everything in order for you to close the deal? What is this thing? What your experience is all about. See, in Sequoia, our platform is made that so you don't need to know about commercial lending. Okay, so regardless what you do, if you are doing real estate, realtors, loan officers, insurance agents, CPAs, whatever that might be, you have to know the industry. You have to know the business in order for you to close a deal or in order for you to help your client. But commercial lending is so different. So when we build this platform, we realize that hey, it's not that easy to train everybody to come online to become a professional loan consultant to understand about a commercial. So we spend a lot of time to develop this network, to develop this platform. So now finally we have a solution, which is we do not need anybody to understand about commercial lending. You do what you do best, which is generating clients, talking to clients. But we also do what we do best, which is close deals. So the platform is working in a perfect way where you generate the deal, bring up to the platform, and once we connect you with one of our advisor in the back, the advisor is going to close the deal for you. That is the whole idea about Sequoia. Okay, so again, share with your experience with Sequoia how you close the deal, and but last but not least, but not least, it's that share with us any experience. How do you find the clients? So on and so forth. So those are the 4 things that we like every persons to come online to share with everybody. Okay, so now let's get the show begin. The first one up. first one up, this gentleman right here, I know him for at least 20 years. I have to say at least 20 years. So way back when we were much younger, okay, we already start talking about how to build our future, what are we going to do, how do we conquer the world. We have a big huge dream at that time. So indeed, after the 20 years, I look at him. He has a real estate empire that he has so many agents working for him. He closed a lot of deals to get a lot of deals. And again, he's traveled around the world every time when I call him up, and he's somewhere in the world, whether it's in the Bahamas or Europe, or now when I just talked to him right now, he's actually in one of his Airbnb in the middle of the mountains somewhere. So again, without further ado, I would like to introduce the Casa team, Mr. Rob Servaz and Sari Warwick. Please, the floor is yours.
Alan, thank you so much for having me, brother. It's always a pleasure to do business with you. Like Alan said, we've known each other for 20 years. And before everybody jumped on the call, one of the things I said was top talent likes to work with top talent. And Alan has always been, over the last 20 years, somebody that I've looked to be able to work with in some kind of capacity. And so when he started building this platform right in the beginning, I remember saying, like, okay, that sounds interesting, but prove it to me, Alan. Like, show me, show me. And he's like, okay, well, just refer a client and let's see what happens. And Alan, you know this, like I'm a business builder. So I find talented people, and what I do is I'm the architect. I put them into roles that I know they will succeed and can build a big life. So one of the businesses that I decided to start was our lending arm of the business, which Miss Cherie, the money lady, actually runs for me. So this is a Cherie client. So I'm not going to steal the spotlight from Cherie because this is all her client. She found the client. And so without further ado, I want to introduce my business partner, Cherie Warwick, who, by the way, just just so you know, relationships matter in this business. Like the way I met Cherie was that her mother did our books many years ago when my wife and I owned a property management business, which we later sold, only to restart a property management business again. But it was Cherie's mom that taught us business, taught us about P&Ls, balance sheets, cash flow statements. And so I'm indebted to her and her family because of that. And it's been great to see Cherie now blossom and build a lending arm to our business. And so Cherie, why don't you tell everybody on here a little bit about this particular deal?
Sure, absolutely. And good evening to everybody. So, one of the questions that Alan asked was like, why Sequoia? And Rob has put me in charge. I run the day-to-day operation, sorry, of our lending company. And he's like, I want you to work with this guy, Alan, right? And I'm like, well, okay, you know. Um, and one of the great things that I could say about Sequoia, what Alan said is absolutely true. You don't have to know the guidelines, you don't have to know the details. All you have to do is bring him the loan scenario. And if there is a way for it to be funded, then he and his team are really great at making it happen. So uh, we actually were referred this client by another lender, believe it or not. So don't be afraid to have other lenders in your network. Let them know what you do because sometimes they cannot close these clients and they'll send them to you. Now, this specific client actually came to us because the other lender couldn't close that person for a HELOC that they needed on a home. Well, I keep up with people. Another piece of advice is every 3 months, you should be keeping up with the people in your database. So I kept up with her, and she was a chiropractor, is a chiropractor, and another chiropractor is retiring in her building, and she decided to buy that practice in order to expand her practice. And I was the first person that she called. Cherie, how can I buy this? How can I get the money, et cetera, et cetera. And I Googled what SBA loan could we get, you know, because I didn't have to know everything. I knew it was either the 504 or the 7A, but I didn't know which one. I talked to her on the phone. I said, okay, well, we can get a SBA 504 loan. I took some information from her, and the next email that I sent was to Alan and to Sequoia. From there, Alan brought us the solution, which was which was an SBA company. And I can tell you, as somebody who is a loan officer, the worst thing that can happen is you get to the day before closing and that lending company tells you, oops, sorry, turns out we can't fund this loan for you. The absolute worst thing. But one of the other reasons why Sequoia is that Alan and his team do a very good job of vetting the lending partners that we're working with. And immediately after we got the term sheet for this client, Alan called me and said, if they gave your client the term sheet, they're going to close the loan as long as you give them all of the information that they're asking for. And sure enough, the loan closed. The loan closed on time. We have a very happy client who the next day was traveling to Jamaica. But yes, Sequoia works. So that is our story.
Okay, great. Fantastic. Well, thank you so much, Rob and Cherie. And again, congratulations to you. You closed this $1.9 million loan and you do get a bottle of Hennessy and would love to see you in Chicago. Okay?
All
Awesome.
right.
Thank you,
Thank
Alan.
you so much.
All right. Thank you so much. Okay, now move on to the next one. This lady right here is dynamic. Every time when I talk to her, I got the energy. She's always energetic. Every time when I talk to her, I don't know where she got all this energy from. So she's always jumping up and down. Hey, Alan, I can do this. Alan, I can do that. Hey, Alan, I'm building this. He's just like Rob say, entrepreneur. What with entrepreneur? She is an entrepreneur herself. So I don't want to go into too much detail. I want her to tell you her story. So, and by the way, she's also another Hennessy winner. So welcome, Miss Teresa Grobecker. Teresa.
Hi, Alan. Thank you so much for having me. Hi, everyone. It's so nice to be here. So my story came from Wall Street after business school, started the first online real estate brokerage in San Francisco as a hobby. I had this medical condition that I got when I was in Wall Street. It was called pregnancy. And so I decided to take some time off. So when my kids were napping, I started this online brokerage. And it was just to keep my life skills fresh. It turned into a global speaking career. Along the way, I was offered to unsolicited to get bought out by a global investment bank. And so I did that, became an equity partner. And I've since left that. I also have run 3 National Association of Realtors portfolio companies. So NAR is the largest lobbying force on Capitol Hill and globally, and they have lots of companies in their portfolio. One of the top venture capitalists in the world, actually. So my network, of course, is investment banking, real estate, and lenders. I still have a real estate brokerage. I'm a mortgage loan originator in the state of California. I've advised the federal government from the White House, POTUS, Trump, the Federal Reserve, the FHFA, which is the governing body of Fannie and Freddie, and the SEC. So that's my background in a nutshell. And when I left U.S. Capital, it was because a few reasons, like NAR and this investment bank were kind of like dueling over who was going to control my LinkedIn and my profile. And I did the NAR thing because I have also invented this thing. Anyway, it's part of NAR. But my love, right? Like I started that brokerage as a hobby. My love is investments and Wall Street. And so when I left the investment bank, like I was like heartbroken, right? And then I got introduced to Alan from a real estate agent, and my heart went back together. And I was like, I get to do what I love, which is really big, interesting deals. And as you guys know, like speaking about relationships, the relationships that Alan has in the industry are second to none. And this is, a no bullshit kind of guy. Because like I've been around the block and I've seen people who yap and they'll charge you a lot of fees. I'm not going to name names. Might be where I've worked before. They charge a lot of fees. And at the end of the day, it's can they deliver? And Alan has always brought me someone on the back end who can fulfill my deal. So like, that's what I love about Alan. I can go now and recruit, and I am a national network of bankers to come work for me, send me their deals, real estate, pardon me, has been kicked in the nuts. Bob Goldberg, the CEO of NAR, he thought he had settled the thing with the DOJ. That fell apart, and all the big brokerages had to pay fines. All the real estate agents are suffering because of that. So there's a huge opportunity if you're going to go recruit those guys. And then also the interest rates, right? So there are a lot of people who need to make more income. So Alan is like this hero at the top of the shining light on top of the city for me. He saves my butt all the time, and he makes things possible. And there are lots. Listen to this stat. I have to tell you this. Like, if you don't believe this is the future where business is going, it's right here. Lots of articles in the Wall Street Journal about private equity going after the business loans, right? The SMEs, the small business size. That is where the sweet spot is. Even Jamie Dimon, who is the most powerful banker in the world, he is focusing on private credit and private equity. And so now that you know there's a there there. When Jamie Dimon like turns his head to a certain direction, like there is business to be had. So listen to this. In 2020, Bank of America, ultra high net worth, like ultra, we're talking about like billionaire families, their family office department, published a study, because I have friends in this space. They published a study that said 70% of the wealth in the world is transferring over from the older generation to people under 40 years old by the year 2030. Alan, you know that study. We know you're in the business. You know this study. There is a massive shift of wealth that's happening right now. I have goosebumps. It's massive. And you know what these people need? They need loans to buy, acquire, grow these companies. This is happening everywhere you turn. So guys, the opportunity in front of you is massive. I love it. I send my deals to Alan. No low contender. I don't even try to go build my own network of lenders because Alan's got them all. 500 of them, he can do deals up to $1 to $2 billion. Like, we don't have to say no to anybody with the kind of financing that Alan has available. And I closed another deal that was like 3 times the size of the one that was on this slide. And that one was like, Alan saved that. Alan stuck by me for Alberto's file. Alan stuck by me. Chase Bank screwed up like some paperwork for my client years and years ago. Took us a long time to close that deal, but Alan was right there. He was so committed and make sure we got that closed. That's a family that I work with for all the generation of people who are buying and selling houses in their family. So guys, like I'm sorry, I'm a fangirl of Alan's. It's like really obvious. I can't deny it. Alan, thank you so much for allowing me to be part of your team and to grow my business with you as the backbone, the foundation, the center of everything I do.
Well, thank you, Teresa, for all the warm words. But I know that you are entrepreneur also. Can you please talk about your platform that you're building that we are going to be partner up? I think this is going to be huge for all of us.
Yeah. So real estate, right? That real estate online brokerage. I am out there recruiting. I have jobs out there, job postings where I'm recruiting agents and brokers from all over the country to come work for me, to work for us to source deals. So the way that I position it, if Alan, I hope I'm answering the question right. I say, Alan is the guy who connects. Alan and I are splitting our commission. And so Alan's job is to go fulfill the deals and to have all those lenders on the back end. I position it as I'm here to help you with packaging this. I'm front of house, Alan's back of house.
No,
That's like super.
Teresa, sorry, I
Yeah.
cut you off. I'm talking about the capital platform that you are building. The capital platform that you can raise capitals.
Oh, are we talking about rainmakers, working with rainmakers?
Yes.
Oh, that one. Okay, sure. I didn't know we were talking about that one. Okay,
Yes,
okay.
that's the one I'm talking about.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay. Sorry. Yeah. So I'm a recovering investment banker, right? With all my licenses, my girlfriend's getting me to turn those back on. So when a company goes to buy a building or finance a deal, there's the debt financing that Alan has, and then there's the equity part. So okay, now I'm tracking. Okay, yep. I've talked about the right thing. Okay, so we can go and fulfill the equity portion. And my partner and I, Regina, we sit in the middle of Silicon Valley. That's where I'm based out of. Lots of investors, lots of capital in motion, and they're looking for deals to fund. So Alan puts together the debt portion. We can come up with the equity portion. Like I just met, I think it was 2 days ago. Time flies. But these guys who just made a ton of money in technology in the Valley, and they're the funders behind Forge, which is in the city, and they're the ones transforming these office buildings into housing, which is what my team and I advise the White House about. So we're really excited to be able to offer even more capital solutions and bring that to the team.
Yes, that's exactly what I want you to share with everybody. So just as you know, we are in the funding side of it, which is the debt, right? When you're talking about project, especially when you're talking about big project, you're talking about millions of dollars, construction projects, development project, you're talking easily getting to tens of millions of dollars. So looking for debt, which is what we do, it's actually not that difficult. As I mentioned, as long as the project makes sense, there's always money to support you in debt. But however, the equity portion is very, very difficult to find. So let's say, give an example for a construction project. Let's say somebody that needs about $20 million to develop, to do development. Out of that 20 million, it looks like a triangle, right? So at the bottom, the lender maximum any lender would fund on that development project is approximately 65% of that 20 million, 10 million, whatever that might be. Now you have about 35% of that $20 million that need to be put in as equity. Now, a lot of the principal, meaning that the owner of the project does not have that kind of money. So either they have the ability to raise money, which a lot of them do, raise money for the 35%, or they have to look for investors or look for other capitals to come in as investor or as a equity portion. So that is why that 35% is very, very important. Without that 35%, the 65% is not going to work. Okay, so with Teresa building her platform right here, it's a perfect marriage between the two platform right here. We can definitely provide the debt all day long, and anything that we cannot do or we lack of capital whatsoever, then we can definitely go to Teresa's to help us to find that debt. So that is very, very precious. Okay, so thank you so much, Teresa, for coming up here tonight, and love to see another deal from you, and let's close more deals together.
Yes,
Okay?
sir. Nice to meet everyone. I'll put my contact info in the chat. Nice to
Yes,
meet you.
please, 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 please. Next one up. Next one up. This is our new superstar, Tracy. Tracy is also out in California. We actually haven't met before. We have been talking over the phone a lot, but I believe that this is the first time that we see each other, or at least this is my first time seeing you on video to actually put a face into to the name. So again, we just closed a deal with Teresa about what 2 days ago. So again, Teresa, the floor is yours.
Tracy, you mean?
Oh, Tracy. Oh, I'm so sorry. Tracy, Tracy,
I know we were
Tracy,
just
Tracy.
talking to
So sorry about
Teresa
that.
earlier.
Sorry
That's
about that.
okay,
Yes.
Bill. Thank you.
Tracy, yes.
Yeah, so, well, good evening, everyone. I appreciate it. My name's Tracy Sapon. I'm a realtor. I'm a seasonal realtor. I've been working in the real estate market for over 16 years in the greater Bay Area. And I currently live in Oakland. So first of all, I want to say thank you, Alan, and your team at Sequoia for allowing the opportunity to share and to do business together. It's been a privilege working alongside such a knowledgeable team and responsive team. I hope that by sharing my experience, you all can gain a glimpse of the quality and professionalism that Sequoia Lending consistently brings to the table. I mean, it's kind of out there. Everybody's sort of sharing, saying the same. So with our most recent closing, it wasn't an easy one. There was a lot of challenges that we had to go through. The property itself was proposed with multiple challenges, and I was representing the buyer side. So this property was an aging structure. It was like 123-year-old property. It's got deferred maintenance, and it's got complicated tenant situation. Sorry. And I have dogs, so I'm back.
Okay.
I'm back at home, so I apologize for the interruption, background noise. But thankfully, my clients were solid. They came to the table financially prepared with strong credit histories and most importantly, committed heart. And I believe that, as a realtor being in this business for over 16 years, you have to constantly touch base with your clients when you're in a deal. either it's a 2 day or 3 days, but you still need to keep in touch. If nothing changed, you just want to check in and say, let you know the things haven't changed. And this is still what we're waiting for, or what else you need, you know? So I think the most important thing is to keep on top of your clients so they know that you are aware and you are paying attention to their interests and their needs. So this and it truly, I believe it takes this perfect triangle, right? Financing wasn't a viable option, so we had, I'm sorry, the perfect triangle that makes real estate all come together, right? Um, we needed the perfect lender, we needed the perfect buyer, we also need a perfect realtor on the other side. So if one part of that falls out, I believe the entire deals can fall apart. And I had that happen in my past. So this didn't go with the traditional type of financing. We had to turn around and see what other viable option it was. And we talked, like Alan said, we talked, and we haven't really physically met each other. We also have not uh, come together where we sat in a meeting like this. So this is my first time sharing about some of with the recent deal that we closed. But basically, I mean, like, we explore different options and different lender, and Sequoia stood out because of the product they offer, the flexibility, and the unique properties that we were facing. So this particular property had a non-conforming unit with existing violation flagged by the city of Oakland. Alongside, it required permits, and there was upfront fines that clients have to pay. We were fully transparent with the buyer about the risks and the long-term work that's needed to bring the building up to code. Still, my clients saw the bigger picture. They purchased a home, and the intention to move their mother in. What a nice client there are, aren't they? And they're fully aware of dealing with existing tenants, how we know that that's very difficult for the Bay Area. Um, but despite all the challenges, they still pull through. And then not to say, I mean, towards the end of the deal, we were facing some challenges with the home insurance because of the age of the property. So I think we made a call 20 different home insurance company. That was really tough. And at some point, I think my clients were saying, I think we need to give up. I just had to step back in and encourage them and think about this and to let them know. I mean, you're actually buying a building where you can make improvements, and by the appraisal report, we are already $200,000 up in equity from what they purchased. I mean, who makes $200,000 in today's market, given the fact that this is happening? So they were very excited. Again, they thought about it. It despite all the hardship, they found a home insurance company. No doubt somebody was going to insure this property. So we moved on, and the next following week we were able to bring it all to the table. And I think that was the perfect scenario where we had challenges with the clients, we had challenges with the building, we had challenges with different type of conventional loans that they may have gone to because they got pre-approved beforehand. And I didn't think traditional conventional finances will pull this together. So so I really thank Alan and your great team at Sequoia Lending to really see this through and to see it eye for eye with my client and to make this happen for them. So they're excited now. They're moving forward with things, and they already gained an extra $200,000 equity on their property, and they're not hoping to sell anytime soon. So. And then towards the end, I mean, yes, I earned 3% commission on the selling side. I mean, who does that now? People are cutting commission everywhere. But yet, I think it takes a real service and a willingness to be professional and to go beyond and above what you do in this industry to really prove the point that you are worth every percentage that you say you are worth, right? So that's kind of where we ended. And I have another client that is I will be representing as a buyer, and I think Alan and his team will do it again.
Well, thank you so much for your sharing. So again, you mentioned a lot about my name, but again, I cannot take any credit. So I would like to introduce you to the engine behind Sequoia, Miss
Nice.
Becky Brown. She is actually the processors, and she's the one that make all these things happen.
That's right. See you,
Along,
Becky. Thank you.
along with Mr. George Franco. So, Becky, if you don't mind, can you come up to the front and say a few words? Because you are the one that. Hey, guys. Uh,
Yeah,
you only see me up on the on the face, but
right.
actually behind me, it's a strong, a very very strong professional team. Without them, Sequoia is nobody. So again, Becky, thank you so much. Please come online and say share a few words.
Well, I mean, it was a joy working with Tracy on this and when we're working in different time zones and kind of working around that. And she's right, had a buyer that has a good solid heart that really wanted to make it work. So it was there were some challenges with it, and we both stuck it out and pulled in all the resources that we needed to. Tracy, I want to tell you that your buyer, the agent, the insurance agent that they identified, was talking with her was absolutely phenomenal. She was the most responsive to the documentation that we needed. I mean, almost instantly. And she says, if you've got complicated properties, she goes, send them my way. I'll do them all day long. And so we've connected her with another person that's looking at having challenges with insurance and stuff like that. So it is about communication. It's about that networking piece and really building those bonds of trust so we can really count on each other. And for me, it's been a fun learning experience and being able to call Alan or George's whenever I need them and say, okay, how does this work in this kind of scenario? So it's been fun.
Great. Yeah, that is what that network is all about. That's where the referral is all about. So now we know this insurance agent, he's a go-getter as well. So hey, let her know also, Tracy, let her know that hey, if you run into any deal that you cannot close or any of your loan officer cannot close, bring it to me. Now bring it to you, and now it becomes your referral, becomes your file, right?
Of course.
Okay,
Yes.
great. Wonderful,
Thank you.
wonderful. Thank you so much, Tracy, and congratulations. And I
Okay.
believe that your check is on the way. You
Oh,
should receive your commission this Friday.
thank you.
Okay, great. Moving on to next, our favorite brother, Mr. Benny Miller. So Benny Miller, I think Benny has been with us ever since the beginning of Sequoia. I still believe that when we did our first convention in Las Vegas, I think he was there, looked at us, and realized that what we're trying to do, and decided to join us. But anyhow, I leave the floor to Benny. Benny, would you come online, please?
Good evening, everyone. Can you hear me?
Yes, we hear you well.
Okay, good. My name is Benny Miller, and I'm right here in Newport News, Virginia. And I've been with Sequoia, I think about a good year and a half.
Yep.
My experience is based upon I am in the real estate business. I've been in the real estate business for 36 years, but also I do commercial lending for churches. I've been doing that for quite some time in reference to churches. And as we are institute some very troubling times financially, when doors are closed for lending money to various organizations, it opened up other doors in other areas. So I always try to make myself available to be an assistance or a person of knowledge and expertise to help those that needs funding. Um, I attend a lot of real estate meetup groups out here in my local area. We have several monthly groups that meets on a monthly basis. I try to attend many of those meetings as I can, so I can be able to be a beacon of
Can't
light.
hear anything.
Can you hear me?
Yes, we can hear you. Yes.
Okay, I try to be a beacon of light to give out my business cards, let people know that I can fund that transaction for them and things of that nature. And that just opened up many doors of clients calling, saying that they was turned down by one lender on a fix and flip, a commercial transaction, a church loan. And I just saying, hey, give me your financials. To get them to Sequoia and see what we can do to assist you. And things have been very, very successful in the past. And with the fix and flip clients, once they do one transaction, sometimes I'm not even aware they're on their second, third, or fourth transaction with Sequoia. I have somebody like Alan or Georges would call or email me, say, hey, your client's doing another loan with us. Go ahead and put the information into your back office so you can get credit for it. And I have never had any problems, one problem whatsoever with Sequoia in reference to doing any transactions or deals with them. The reason I joined Sequoia, I kind of have a good feel of various companies that is really a genuine in reference trying to help you grow your business and you helping them vice versa. And Alan just came across as a genuine person. I don't know if it's his military background, my military background, but he is a person that's always open to give advice. You can call him, as y'all all aware of. He's going to pick up the phone, give you that advice to keep the transaction moving forward and just putting you in a good position. And I am very excited to be with Sequoia and continue to do many more transactions that I can possibly do going forward. Thank you. And also, I put my name and phone number in the chat box. Also, if anybody needs to reach out, feel free to give me a call, Benny Miller, and I'll help you any way that I possibly can. Thank you.
Well, thank you so much, Benny. Definitely, he is the go-getter himself also. So he has this one client just keep coming back and keep coming back and keep coming back. So I think we already funded that client for what, at least like 6 or 7 times already. So again, thank you, Benny. But I still believe Navy is better than Army. All right, go
Yes.
Navy. All right, next one up. Mr. Sultan Taskin. This is a lovely lady up in Delaware, and she is the builder. Is Sultan on the call? I don't even.
Yes, I
Okay,
am.
Sultan,
I'm
there you are,
here.
Sultan.
I'm
Show
out
your
of
camera.
training.
Yeah,
Yes.
Sultan's a lovely
And
lady.
there
Come
you
on,
go.
Sultan.
How are you?
We cannot see you. It's too dark out there.
I'm in a car.
Okay, that's fine.
I apologize. Can you see me now?
No, it's we only see a shadow, but it's okay. It's okay. That's
I
fine.
apologize.
Yep,
Yeah.
no worries.
Okay. Hello everyone. Um, Good evening. Um, I want to say thank you to Alan and Georges for everything they have done for me. That's I can't express how many times they helped me and my clients. Thank you. My name is Sultan Taskin, and I am the owner, woman-owned Community Developer Solutions. I am a developer, contractor, and an investor. I am a new company, however, my work is top notch. um, Now, working with a lot of these investors, developers, and contractors in our community here, a lot of the people had very difficult time finding resources to help them do different kind of, let's say, investment properties or refinancing. So when they're facing these, I recommended, Sequoia, and these clients were not only were they comfortable, confident with Sequoia. They got top notch from beginning to the end support from Alan and George's and myself. Um, I um, I apologize. It's people are driving and walking in front of me. They're kind of doing stuff. I'm sorry. um. Anyway, the journey with Sequoia, I joined because not only did we have difficult funding uh, challenges, um, they were able to close on these deals. And I appreciate everything they have done for me and my clients. And a lot of these people are always look, it's difficult to find properties these days because I'm in the industry. They're always contacting me and saying that they're going to use Sequoia because everything they have experienced from the beginning to the end was superb. And I want to appreciate and I want to thank Alan and Georges for everything you have done. And Alan and Georges are always available when you call them. Thank you for that as well.
Okay, wow. Thank you so much, Sultan. Love to see you again. We are actually planning another
Yes.
trip up to Delaware. So
Woohoo.
love to see you again, okay, up there. So again,
Yes,
if you're
yes,
driving,
yes, I'm going to do some kind of events coming up soon.
yeah,
So I will put my information here. And I also wanted to address that a lot of people, if they need any contractors or developers or anything like that, I will be glad to help you out. Thank you.
absolutely. Well, thank you so much, Sultan, and make sure you drive safe. We will see you soon. Okay?
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you.
All right. Last but not least, this gentleman we never met. I believe that I only spoke to him no more than 10 times, but I knew that he is a beast. He constantly submit deals, and he's also relentless. Regardless the deal can close or not, it doesn't really matter to him, and he just keeps submitting deals, and we just funded one of his big deal actually yesterday, and we got funded today. Uh, and obviously, he closed this $2.9 million deal, and he is also a Hennessy winner. So next come up is Mr. Joseph Cadera. Joseph, are you online?
I'm here. I'm here. I'm actually in the car as well. The passenger. I'm in the passenger though.
That's fine. The floor is yours.
Awesome, awesome. Well, thank you very much for the introduction here. And just can everybody see me or no?
Yes, we see you very well. Clear.
Okay, great. Cool. Appreciate it. Well, I want to say thank you to Alan, thank you to Georges. I mean, you guys, right from the bat when I signed up at Sequoia, honestly, it was off a whim. A little background about myself. I am a residential mortgage loan officer by nature. So I do conventional VA, FHA loans. I do non-QM loans. I even do DSCR, but we do not do commercial loans. And I've dipped my toes into commercial myself, but you can't do two things at once. And that's the biggest stress I say to people. If you have a main bread and butter, like, hey, this is what I do, and you try to do another thing and say, oh, let me try to do commercial and residential, you will never win. So after a few failed times of trying to stretch myself thin in both arenas, I said, you know what? Let me partner with a company on the commercial side so I can co-broke and get help in closing these deals and then get paid instead of throwing it away. And then, there's not that many commercial mortgage companies or brokers that I even trust out there with my clients. And just even from the first deal I submitted, Alan calling me right away, getting, shooting me an email right away, the response time, I'm like, hey, like, this is legit. Like, I know this is an investment that I know that is gonna work, and I'm gonna stick with it, and I'm gonna set loans. So I think you, Georges. We don't get too often because I don't answer the phone sometimes. I'm extremely busy myself. I'm a high producing loan officer. I'm working 12 hours a day. I'm on the phone selling constantly. And I know I've submitted like so many other loans to you guys, and like I haven't really followed up. So I'm gonna do a better job on that. Because I have deals kind of just falling from the sky left and right, and I do my due diligence. I get the documents up front. I I vet the client. I have some knowledge and background in this. I just have to do a better job, following up. So why I chose that's why I chose Sequoia, because Georges and Alan. I mean, even though we never met, I trust you guys. Um, Easy to talk to. You offer a hand to help, and you're great at following up. And anyone, I don't know if anyone here is in the same kind of situation that I'm in, that you're in another job. Maybe you're trying to branch out and do commercial mortgages, for a living. Whether you're trying to do that, this is a great team to be under. Or if you're just trying to do it part time and you have another main job, like you're a real estate agent or investor or whatever it is, like these guys are second to none. This deal that we just closed with them, this client, I think, was shopping around for maybe like over a year, 18 months, couldn't get it done anywhere. And it wasn't an easy one, but Georges and Allen, found a lender that they had a
And
relationship
Becky,
with.
and Becky,
I'm sorry?
George and Becky
Becky
make
too.
it
Oh
work.
yeah, Becky. I'm sorry. I just Georges and I were talking a lot, but Becky was incredible. She was the follow up girl right there. She was on email following up, so I call her the follow up queen. Um, because without someone like that, and I know how important processing is. Like, I have a processor myself. Like, I think it's the most important role in what we do. So Becky, thank you so much, and keeping the deal going and flowing, and a huge win. And I'm really excited to get another one done. I know I'll have another one soon, and we'll celebrate together.
Well, congratulations to that 5-digit paycheck that you're getting this week.
Thank you. Thank you.
All right, thank you so much, everyone. So those are the few agents that we actually have many, many more that closed it with us, but because of time frame, we can only have a few to come online. But probably after this gentleman, ladies and gentlemen, that spoke to you, and hopefully now you can see a little bit more clear about what Sequoia is all about, how we function in the back end. Now, obviously, this type of loan is not easy. Okay, just like what I mentioned last week. Every single loan, there's always issue, but we don't want you as the agents to experience those issues, because again, it will really, really discourage you. So what we need you to do, just to focusing on fill up the pipeline. Let us experience the dirt in the back. So I often say in this business we eat frustration for breakfast, lunch, and dinner. And this is very, very true. So again, before we close up, I would love to again to bring up Becky and to bring up George, because they are the engine. Um, I know a lot of you call me to ask about all kind of stuff, but I don't have all the answers. So many times when you call me, I call them, because they are the one that is actually supporting. They are the one that's actually making the running the business. They are actually the one that move things forward. So, Becky, can you say a few words? You're muted.
Yeah, I just wanted to, I know that Georges is out there, and again, this has been a really fun collaboration, and, building what I call my book of knowledge and understanding how all these things are going to fit together, and working with each of you, I've worked with Tracy and Joseph. I think I've worked with you. Benny, I don't know that I've worked with you yet, but I'm sure I will in the near future, or one of your clients and everything. So we've got a lot of deals going now, and this is great. This has been really awesome. So great forum, Alan. Good idea.
Great. Well, thank you so much. So again, I don't think George is online, so we're going to bring him up next time. Again, ladies and gentlemen, thank you for another Wednesday night. And if you're still thinking about Sequoia, please, we need you, because ever since the beginning, our mission, our vision is not to just close one deal or two deals. Our mission is to disrupt the commercial lending industry. If you listen to my presentation the first time, I said it on my first slide. We are going to disrupt this commercial lending industry. The reason that I use the word disruption is because it needs to be. This is the last industry in the United States of America has not yet been open. You think about this, whether you're doing real estate, mortgages, insurance, loan officer, whatever that might be, or even a restaurant or CPA or doctors or lawyer, all those industries are opened. As long as you want to be, you can get in, then you can be whoever you want to be. But however, in commercial lending, even though you want to get into commercial lending, you don't know where the door is. There's no door for you to knock on other than the bank. So what we're trying to do right here is to build platforms to open up commercial lending, allow everybody to come in here to see what is behind the scene. And in order for us to do the disruption, we cannot just do it by one person or two people or even 100 people. We need you locally to understand what we're trying to do and bring us to your local community to serve the business owner in your community. And that is what we're trying to do. So ladies and gentlemen, thank you so much that you are with us tonight. And hopefully you found useful knowledge through talks like this, through Zoom like this. And most importantly, we want to see you at the next one. They come on here to share your experience with the rest of the team. So thank you, everyone. Until then, good night. I see you next Wednesday.
Good night.